Oh, dude, look at these graphics.
Look at this.
This really lets you get a much better idea for the.
I feel much more intimate with the map now.
Well, you know, one thing. Well, I'll do it after I intro these players. So, in the bottom left, in the red, teaching us. We are so privileged to have cast that game, Artosis. We have
Fnatic Alive.
I gotta tell you guys, when you cast as much StarCraft as Artosis and I do, not just at GSL but tournaments around the world, you see so many strategies over and over and over again. They're the same thing. That when you see something like that, that is like probably one of the best parts of my job. It's just so amazing.
I love to see new stuff, man.
All right, over here in the blue, we have a GSL champion, but under threat.
Players MMA.
And there's a lot of MMA. It seems like more support, at least in the studio, for MMA. But I think if you're actually learning Terran right now, you're probably more excited to see Alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, Alive, especially once we see what strategy chooses for this map. I mean, that strat, that was going to be strong and cool no matter what, because he went Raven first for an aggressive build. But again, MMA maybe could have held that off by not losing those Marines early on. Maybe just running them back up the ramp without engaging at all.
Well, you notice you got combat shields first instead of stim. If you had stim, maybe that would have looked pretty different. Maybe not. I don't know.
You got the stim to even die in that tech lab. It was wild, but I mean, we'll just have to see what's going to go on here. MMA has gotten his gas, and Alive has gotten his gas, but a little bit later. A little bit later gas for Alive. It looks to me like he's going to go for the quick command center, maybe into factory. And actually, he's going to throw out
hiding something. Okay, he's hiding a factory, man. We have a proxy build.
Yeah,
he may use that to scout, actually.
I think he's going to proxy Banshees. You know, when you have Banshees come in really quickly, that's going to throw you off. Every Terran knows the Banshee timing.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
The thing is, the first Banshee, you'd be like, wait, what? Did he cut extra SCVs? And then the second Banshees, they are so quick because there's no map travel time. And you're like, oh, it's proxy.
Dude, he's going to spot it.
This is huge. This is huge.
He's going to spot it.
I can't believe this,
man. I have to say,
if he kills that SCV,
Alive is so on top of everything.
Yeah. He says, I scout. This is why I'm getting deep in the GSL. And now, this
he
is
killed it at the last
news.
possible second.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And he has to cancel. That's it. He canceled it. And now he has to rebuild that at home. In fact, MMA has taken SCVs off of his gas because he realizes that the rush is done. It's over already, that rush.
Well, as you guys could see here, when he wins his first set, he's 9-1, so things are all pointing towards Alive right now.
God, man, Alive, seriously. I saw him play last round. I'm like, is this guy going to win GSL? Like,
I remember us talking about that on our 5-minute break, where I said, I think that's the cleanest mech I've ever seen.
It was.
That was just like so perfect.
He's not meching this game, Tasteless. And there, I think, now, there's nothing certain here. He did go for a tech lab opening. Which kind of leads you to believe it's not going to be mech anyways. But killing that factory off, I'd feel so comfortable going for a bio style.
Yeah.
Because what is he going to do? Go home and go mech himself?
Is he going to start another factory?
Yeah, so basically you're playing against someone who wanted to Banshee you, which can be very good against bio. But if you make him cancel that at the last second, I mean, you can go bio and you're 100% safe.
Yeah.
No one's going to damage
the beauty of it is if he goes bio, he has the same unit composition, but just less of it.
Yeah, it's
so smart.
I mean, that's a lot easier to do than mech, for sure.
Okay, the Reaper is now coming out here. It'll intercept, this Marine.
Alive just really just playing immaculately so far. We do have MMA going Cloaked Banshee still. You know, still obviously a very strong build.
That's some mind game stuff. He's like, all right, well, you will really not expect a really awkward late Banshee timing with Cloak.
Well said. A nice scan going down. He sees exactly what Alive's up to. Just a very standard quick expansion. 3 racks. Just
Looks like that Reaper was on move command.
Very normal amount of units. Alive is getting stim first as opposed to combat shield, so Tasteless is going to like that.
I do.
You like that stim upgrade.
I'm getting nerd bumps all
I'm
over
actually
my
a little
body.
bit more of a combat shields guy.
But actually, to be honest, to be totally honest, this combat shield is actually just better. But Stim in that last game, had he gone Stim first, I think the game would have at least gone on. Whereas you could see,
Definitely would have looked different.
Also, the truth is that he went down his ramp in the last game.
Yeah. Well, right now we do have a Banshee on the way, and that SCV sees it because Alive sees everything.
He's everywhere.
That's actually crazy, man. He just scouts everything. So MMA, he's going to walk this Banshee in against Marines that already have Stim. That's going to be pretty difficult to actually do anything with it.
All right, MMA might be in first. Well, hold on. Actually, the Marines are moving out.
He does still have some over there. And now actually he's sending them all. You know what? He's actually just going to go attack.
Actually, that's kind of smart. Because,
and yeah, he actually has Stim already. And his combat shields might be lined up to finish as he gets there.
Is he making a Viking or anything?
Oh my god, Tasteless. He's actually going to have combat shield, Stim, and maybe +1 when he hits this. And unless MMA has his SCVs already in the bunker, I think he might just die to it. This is like a crazy aggressive timing.
Well, the big question is...
Oh, he's going a little bit too far forward.
All right,
and now
MMA
can pull SCVs. Combat shields and +1 about to finish.
This is an all-or-nothing situation.
This is a perfectly lined up build by Alive. But
he's
MMA's going to win if he doesn't kill him right
here. Okay, combat shields now. Scan. Wow, all right, the bunkers are going down. 1 and 2 now.
Does he have enough, though?
I think he just barely does not have enough.
Yeah, it looks like you're right, Tasteless.
Just trying to get these SCVs. You could see what Alive was trying to do was smart, but he didn't time out the combat shields well enough.
Yeah. And now we have one Banshee with 18 kills, and he will go down. The other has 4 right now. So Alive is no longer such. You know, this is bad news for Alive.
He will intercept this, but still, I mean, that's not enough.
You know, MMA barely held that too, I have to say. If he didn't make the second bunker, he's dead right now, most likely. Like, he loses so many SCVs. And, the Cloaked Banshee, even though he got stalled out in the front, it still turned out to be great because Alive, already his build was drawn up for that attack.
Yeah.
He timed everything out. So this is just, what a fascinating game. Wow.
Okay, the factory is finished up here. And just to give you guys a perspective on supply, it's 58 supply to 73 supply. So MMA with a pretty prominent lead now. And I would foresee MMA actually just winning this game because, MMA is generally a pretty consistent player. He's a champion. And it's going to be very tough
absolutely.
for Alive to come back. I think Alive's brilliance is more in his builds and less in his execution. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. He's definitely very good at everything, but MMA, if this guy gets ahead, it's pretty hard to see him losing against anybody.
Yeah.
He's someone that can absolutely come back from even being behind. He's doing a lot of damage with this Banshee.
Yeah. Oh, is it going to get out? It will.
Oh, wow.
It actually will.
What a Banshee. Well, looks like we are just going to go into a pretty standard game here.
Yeah.
But will Alive be ready for everything that MMA is doing? He's already got his medevacs out. He's getting them ready in position.
Oh, this medevac drop is actually going to get in there. And the Marines just went around it. And he's going to be pushing at the same time. This could be deadly.
That little push incoming is going to make Alive bring all his units to the front. That's going to allow the drop to do a lot. If he sends too many units back to deal with the drop, then the frontal attack is going to do too much damage. A great move by MMA.
All right, let's see if Alive can handle this. And here it is. Alive isn't completely biting the bait. He's sending just the Marines.
And MMA gets out of there.
And you can see there...
not even taking any risks. Didn't want to attack that front no matter what. Just wants to play very safe. He knows he's ahead.
If he had attacked there, he would have actually won. Yeah. But the truth is, it's hard to know for sure.
Yeah, he's playing completely safe at this point. He says, I got you, man.
Well, what Alive did earlier when he ditched his expansion and sent his Marines that way, that's so unusual. I'm sure MMA probably doesn't even know how ahead he is.
Well, he has killed 22 SCVs this game, which is pretty big.
Okay, look, ambush drop here. Gets the medevac. But
Alive's still going to clean
up. Alive wins that anyways. All right.
Yeah, he's got 1/1 upgrades and combat shields. MMA does not have combat shields, and he does not. He only has +1 attack.
It might be trouble time here. Trouble time. Trouble time.
I think it is trouble time.
He's going for the orbital. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Okay. MMA, once he was given that lead, he did not give it up.
No, he does not do such. Tasteless, and that looks like, I mean, Alive has been cleaned up here. Alive may remain in this game, but this does not look winnable. We'll have to see what kind of damage he can do with this drop right now. Will it be much?
Yeah, I mean, Alive is on life support right now. I don't think that there's any way to really recover. He should be going for this medevac. He does. The medevac not dying, but chased out. All right, GG.
All right, so Alive losing that game, but he had a brilliant opening. He had a really cool timing attack lined up, but the Banshee just did way too much damage, and MMA just ever so slightly held it off with his very intelligent second bunker.
Well, I don't know if MMA is smiling or not. I just can't tell, but I'm sure he's happy to have won that game. That was close because he could have lost that, and I think if Alive had won that game, there was no way that Alive would have lost the series.
Is it a full moon tonight?
Why?
I wonder if maybe that mask is just hiding his werewolf teeth.
No, it could. His fangs.
Could be Tasteless.
I've been told I would make a good werewolf.
Yes. Yes, you would.
I shaved today,
You'd
so
be a
I
good
wouldn't.
vampire, too.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think it'd be as good. You'd be a better vampire.
You think so?
Yeah. And a warlock. I'm still just good at being a centaur. Only the upper half of my body. Really interesting TVTs. Actually, much more interesting than our normal TVTs here at Gold.
Absolutely. These are both really... The fact that MMA lost that factory, that's like the most disheartening thing. To cancel it right before it finishes, you have all this gas, and you're like, he's making
I'd
a
almost
command
forgotten
center.
about that because I was so caught up in the Marine counter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. He actually spotted the factory. I mean, to lose game one that way, and then for game number two, it's just like, oh, okay, nothing's working out today. And then to win from there.
I know, it's craziness.
It's got to be a big boost to his confidence.
Certainly, yeah. Well, the next map going to be Crossfire, Tasteless.
Yeah.
We haven't seen TVT here for a while, but normally it does turn into
a very long game.
Yeah, normally the map gets mined out. It's pretty impossible to kill anyone that has siege tanks on this map, so you have to eventually go battle cruisers with Mass Viking. It's kind of crazy.
It's true. Everything he said is true. The map, because it's so narrow, it just gets cut in half really easily as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this already. I think MMA still's got a shot. I know because Arto's and me are really so inspired by Alive's play right now that we're sort of expecting him to win. I know most of you at home are probably expecting MMA to win.
Well, the thing is, MMA, he's the easy choice. But Alive has improved in leaps and bounds lately. He's just on top of it. I never expected this out of this kid, man. He's really playing well, though. I don't know. We'll see. 1-1.
We're going to have a 5-minute break, but when we get back, we're going to continue with the battle between Alive and MMA. So please stay tuned.
Marine 해병 Marauder 불곰 Colossus 거신